Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again. And on today's episode of Voices, I'm going to be talking about probably who is arguably one of the most prolific voice actresses in the history of anime voice acting dubbing here in America, Wendee Lee. A career that has spanned well over 30 years, starting way back in 1985, with her first role voicing Vanessa Leeds on the Robotech series, basically the Harmony Gold dub of the Maycross series. So we're going to take a look at, of course, her very long and illustrious career in the voice acting community. That's quite a career though. 30 plus years. I mean, basically in total, it's like 34 years, on all the way back to 1985. That's basically when I was a kid. And some of you out there may have been a kid too and probably remember hearing her on that Robotech series. So, so here we go then. So first off, let's look at her biography a bit here. Um, Lee grew up in the Los Angeles area and also in San Francisco. She studied dance and theater and later became a full-time dancer in her teens. According to her interview on the Magic Knight Rayearth DVDs, um, she started doing voices in school and got in trouble for it. Mm, anyways, okay. Started doing voices in at school and got in trouble for it. Her first, well, I wonder if that teacher's still mad at her about that. Oh, I knew Wendy back when she was a little girl and she was annoying me in my class. Anyways, her first anime voice role was in Harmony Gold production Robotech in the Harmony Gold production Robotech in the 1980s, where she voiced Vanessa Leeds, one of the operators aboard the SDF-1 Maycross. Um, as everybody knows, as I already previously mentioned, Robotech was the basically the American title for the Maycross series. So just to remind everybody that she also worked with Streamline on several anime, including Dragon Ball. And I'll get to that in a moment here. She would continue dance and work part time as a makeup artist, choreographer, and dance instruction. And of course, I can tell you that she also delved into the realm of voice directing as well. She's also has done a lot of work on voice directing as well. Quite a quite a multifaceted and talented woman. Um, okay, so Lee's major voice roles in anime include Kei in the Pioneer dub of Akira, um, Faye Valentine on Cowboy Bebop. I'm sure many of you remember that character. Um, Myojin Yahiko in Rurouni Kenshin, Takaro TK Takashi in Digimon Adventure, Haruhi Suzumiya in the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, Konada Izumi in Lucky Star. She has also worked as an ADR director on Bleach, Love Hina, and Outlaw Star, and a casting director on The Night Before Christmas in 2014-15. She voiced Queen Serenity in the Viz Media redub of the classic Sailor Moon series and the new Sailor Moon Crystal series. As I said, probably a woman who has had a 30 plus year career in this field, probably by far, I would say by far, the most prolific voice actress in all of voice acting, preceding some of her contemporaries. So let's look at some more of her credits. As I told her first role was as Vanessa Leeds in Robotech, the Harmony Gold dub of the Maycross series. Um, she was also in the Harmony Gold dub of the first 5 episodes of Dragon Ball. She was Lena in that. Now, according to this, she was Lena, but from what I understand, that may just be the name they gave her for the Harmony Gold. Yeah, okay, Bulma. Yeah. So basically, in 1989, for the Harmony Gold dub, credited as Wendee Swan, she was Bulma. She was the voice of Bulma in Dragon Ball, and she would reprise that role a couple years ago when Bang Zoom did the Dragon Ball Super dub for Toonami Asia, and I'll get to that in a bit. She was cast as in 1990 and 1991. She cast as Amy in Zillion Burning Night. I'm guessing. Oh, this was an actual television series, so that might be one to check out at some point. So she was the voice of Amy in Zillion Burning Night. So I'm guessing those are the anime. I had not actually heard of this. Oh, Burning Night was an OVA that lasted 45 minutes, and there were 31 episodes originally came out back in 1987. But anyways, the Harmony Gold dub, I guess, or was probably in 1990 stream. In 1992, she was cast in the streamlined dub of Nadia: The Secret of Blue Water as the lead character Nadia. ADV also did a dub of that series, which is pretty good as well. Then in 1992, of course, she was cast as Iser One, as Wendee Swan in the anime Fight Iser One. Actually, that an actually according to this, I guess that is an anime series. Let's see. It's actually an OVA, so an OVA of that series. And in 1993, she was cast as Yukiko Tatsumiya in Doomed Megalopolis. Um, Starting in 1994, she picked up a couple. She was cast as Agent Elizabeth as Wendee Day um, in the Moldiver OVA. Um, so let me explain something to you guys just so you understand. And this happened more with I think the California voice actors and actresses more than anything else. Um, because they are part of the union, there are certain projects that they do that are not union projects. And if they're not union projects, they cannot use their whatever name they use as part of their union. It's kind of like an independent thing. They have to use another name. So you may, Wendee obviously went by a few other, like Wendee Swan, Wendee Lee. There, and many of particularly the ones who started out like who were more popular, like in the 80s and 90s, like Wendee here. Um, they would have like 4 or 5 different pseudonyms. So just bear that in mind as we move forward here. So also in 1994, she was cast in the Streamline Pictures dub of the Dirty Pair OVAs as Yuri. Um, Also in the Flight 005 Conspiracy, Project Eden, and Affair of Nolandia shorts. Then as we get into 1995, she was again as Wendee Lee. She was cast as Ayaka Kisaragi in the Phantom Quest Core OVA. She was various characters in the El Hazard, or El Hazard. I think it's actually Hazard is how it's actually pronounced, but El Hazard OVA. And in 1997, she she was she was really very much involved in Super Pig in the Super Pig anime. She was cast, of course, as Penny Round, but she was also the ADR voice director. She was served as ADR voice director, scriptwriter, and the voice of Penny Round in Super Pig in 1997. As we move ahead to 1998, she was one of the lead characters she was one of the lead characters in Fushigi Yugi Yui Hongo, about a couple girls who get transported to another world. Um, End up fighting each other. It's a pretty interesting kind of fantasy adventure type that you guys might want to check out. Then in 1998, she was cast as Tomoe Mito in the Battle Athletes OVA. Basically about the idea of girls being trained to compete in what you might say is a galaxy style Olympics. Um, okay, so then as we move forward to 1999, to really start where a lot of our work starts to pick up even more. She was, of course, she was cast in Tenchi in Tokyo as Kione, part of the Tenchi series. Probably a character many of you saw on Cartoon Network quite a bit. Um, she cast as Kione and Tenchi in Tokyo. And then, of course, one of her more well-known um, role came in. She was, from 1999 to 2003, she was cast, of course, as TK Takashi, as well as Mako in Digimon Digital Monsters. She also served as ADR voice director and scriptwriter on Digimon Adventure. So, on the Digimon Adventure portion of the series. Also in 1999, she was cast as Rumi in the Perfect Blue direct-to-video film. Another one of her, and the last of the roles she was cast in 1999 came again, another one of her more well-known roles as Faye Valentine. Oftentimes the rival slash love interest of Roger Smith in Cowboy Bebop. Oh wait, I'm sorry, not Roger Smith. Spike Spiegel. The she's actually the love in well no actually yeah she wasn't actually initially she started out as a rival as I now recall. Um, in 1999, she was Faye Valentine, basically love interest slash rival in and ally in Cowboy Bebop. Then in 2000, she was cast as actually she was cast, I believe, as the lead role Marin Asagi, as well as Lolo in Brigadoon Marin to Melon. Then starting in 2001, the first roles she was cast in of that year. She also was in Outlaw Star, where she also served as ADR voice director. She was the voice of the main voice she was known as is Twilight Suzuka, an ally of basically ally and member of the crew of the Outlaw Star, um, the ninja, kind of the female samurai character. Then starting in 2001, from 2001 to 2003, she would be cast in the role of Angel on the Big O. I believe she also served as rival slash well no ally slash love interest of the main character Roger Smith. And then also in 2001 as Elise Floyd, she was cast as Miyoji Yahiko and Komagata Yumi in Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah. And also in 2000, from 2001 to 2002, she was cast in Mongolian Nights as Batch, Ms. Loon, and Love Star. And then starting in 2001, um, she was cast as Umi Ryuzaki and Princess Emerald in the Magic Knight Raya series. So parts 1 and 2, the first season and the second season. She's cast as Umi Ryuzaki and Princess Emerald. And then also in 2001, she was cast as Chris in Mobile Suit Gundam 0080 War in the Pocket. I'm sure many of you might have seen that on, I don't know if that, I think that might have been an OVA or a movie, but part of the Mobile Suit Gundam, was 0080 War in the Pocket. She was cast as Chris. So now as we move ahead to 2002, here are some of the roles she did in 2002, of course. She was cast as Erd in Adventures of Mini Goddess. She was and then also in 2002, she was cast in Love Hina as Ka, Kaola, Kaola, Sue, and Tamachan. Also in the specials, Love Hina again, Christmas special, Spring special. She also served as ADR voice director and scriptwriter on Love Hina. She also served as ADR voice director and scriptwriter for Kurogane Communication, as well as voicing being cast as the characters of Trigger, Angela, and Lilith. And then in Shinzo, she served as scriptwriter as well as providing the English voice for Queen Rusephine, among others. She was cast as Ryoko Mitsurugi in Samurai Girl Ryobout High School, which I believe that was the main character. Again, one of the more prolific characters, one of the more prolific voice actresses. If you've watched enough anime, you would probably know her voice or because she's been in just about a lot of things you probably have heard at some point. And then as we move on to 2003, she was cast as Loretta Oratorio, as well as serving as ADR voice director and scriptwriter for Wild Arms Twilight Venom. She was cast as Tina Foster in Ai Yori Aoshi, the American transfer student that came over to Japan. She was the English voice of Black. For those of you who are fans of the Dot Hack series, the game and anime series, the Dot Hack mega franchise. She was the voice of Black Rose in Dot Hack Shine. Voice of Black Rose in Dot Hack Shine. She was cast as Takako Shimizu in Showbits. She was again a few characters, but most notably cast as Azusa Fuyasuki in Great Teacher Onizuka, and that one's a fun one to watch too. Let's see, both Chobits and Great Teacher Onizuka are both. Chobits is a clamp based anime, based off of the clamp manga of the same name, basically about the idea of basically like living dolls that you can order online, and you know and then Great Teacher Onizuka, Azusafu Yasuki, was one of the students. um this one's a pretty interesting anime in that it's basically about a high school teacher, somebody who ends up becoming a high school teacher by the name of Onizuka. He was kind of a punk kid, during his high school years, and you know kind of a rough edge, but still a fun anime to watch if you've never seen it. So you might want to check it out. Um, Also in 2003, she served again as ADR director and script writer for Omishi Magical Theater Risky Safety, cast as Lani and Moe's mother. She was also involved with Mao-chan as the voice of Yoriko Ozora, also serving as ADR voice director and scriptwriter for that series. Then, as we move now into 2004, she was cast as Rumi Koshikawa and Shigusa in Marmalade Boy. Um, Marmalade Boy was a very interesting, actually a long anime series that I think it was 76 episodes. Kind of a slice of life romantic style anime. I think many of you, particularly you girls, would probably enjoy it. Got some interesting twist in it, but I won't spoil it anymore. Just recommend that you guys check it out. Then then from 2014 to 2000 or 2004 to 2014, she was involved in the Iki Tozen series, where she was cast as Goei in the Battle Vixens, Great Guardians, and Extreme Executor arcs or series. The she was in she was cast as Goei in Iki Tozen during the series Battle Vixens, Great Guardians, and Extreme Executor. Um, Other parts of the series were dubbed by other companies, so that's why I say that. Also in 2004, she was cast as Shiaki Katase in Stelvia of the Universe, which is a Space Odyssey anime. She also served as ADR voice director and scriptwriter for that series. Then, as we move into 2005, she was cast as Senis and Diana in Scrap Princess, basically about a kind of a throwaway, basically about a princess who kind of gets quote unquote thrown away, as it were, or when somebody evil takes over and then they have to go into hiding. She was cast as the voice of P. Carmichael in Planetes. Um, then she was cast as the voice of Rushuna Tendo in Grenadier, which I believe is the lead character in that. She also served as ADR director and writer um, in that. Grenadier was a fun one to watch, kind of another like action adventure type anime about a female gunslinger. Had a very interesting way of loading her gun. She had this mastery of being able to reload while she was battling somebody, where she would like throw up the bullets, open up her gun barrel, and then catch him in the gun. That was fun to watch. That one's one you guys might want to check out. You know. Then in 2005, she was cast as she was cast as a little girl, Kagato, and Kione Masaki in the Tenchi Muyo Ryo-Oki OVA. It's I guess OVA 3, the third episode of the OVA series, as in the Tenchi Muyo Ryo-Oki as little girl Kagato and Kione Masaki. Also in 2005, she was cast as Mitsuka Yoshimine in Gears. And then, of course, from 2005 to 2009, she provided. She was cast in Naruto as Moegi, which she would reprise it in Shippuden as well. She was Moegi, the young Neji Hyuga, and Tsubaki, among other characters in Naruto, along with the related specials and movies. Then from 2006 to 2007, she was cast as Wada in Hare and Gu. Also in 2006, she was cast as Juna Morio in episode 11 of Boys B. From 2006 to 2014, while also serving as ADR voice director for the series, she was cast in Bleach as Yoruichi Shioen, Tatsuki Arisara, and Uru Sumugia. So you can hear her voice quite a bit in Bleach. Okay, so I guess I gotta hurry along here. I didn't realize just how long this video is getting. But anyway, so I'll try to hurry this along here. So, so starting in 2007, she was cast as the lead character Haruhi Suzumiya in the anime The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Cast as Dorothy in the anime Mare. Then in 2008, she was cast as Konada Izumi and Haruhi Suzumiya in, well, I guess that was from a TV episode or whatever, but primarily it's Konada Izumi in Lucky Star. Then from 2009 to 2017, of course, she reprised her role as Moegi in Naruto Shippuden, being as well as being cast as Yugito Ni and Yugao Uzuki. And then in 2012, she was cast as Sayoko Uehara in Persona 4 the animation. And from 2012 to 2013, she was cast as Shura Kira Gakari, as well as Rin Oki, the child version of Rin Okumura, and the supermarket manager in episode 1 in Blue Exorcist. In 2013, she was cast as Sayori Maki, Nato Kozo, and Kijoro in Nora Rise of the Yokai Clan Demon Capital. She was cast as Natalia Kaminsky in Fate Zero, 2013. Then we move ahead to 2014. From 2014 to 2015, she was Captain Kobayashi, the English voice of Captain Kobayashi in Knights of Sidonia. From 2014 to 2015, while also serving as ADR voice director, she cast as Sue's mom, the English voice of Sue's mom. She was cast as Nain in Blood Lad in 2014. And then, as previously mentioned, in 2014 to 2015, She was brought on to voice Queen Serenity in the Viz Media dub of Sailor Moon and Sailor Moon Crystal. Also in 2014, she would get the role of Kaisila Zabi in Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin. She reprised her role as Haruhi Suzumiya in The Disappearance of Nagato Yuki-chan. And apparently in her, what they're saying is her first recorded role at Funimation Okatron 5000, she was cast as Blank in Hyperdimension Neptunia, the animation. Okay, I didn't even know she did any work for Funimation. She's most of the vast majority of her work with is out here in LA. So this is apparently, but then more and more of the LA voice actors and actresses have been going to Texas more of late over the last few years. As I said before, Funimation is the biggest dub company right now. That's bar none. So moving on, then she was cast as Taka Magahara in Blaze Blue Alter Memory. She was the ADR voice director for A Lull in the Sea. She was cast as Kasane Kujiragi in Durarara 2 from 2015 to 16. Also in 2016, starting in 2016, she cast as Saki Arima in Your Lie in April. She was cast in Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blood Orphans as Amida Arca, starting in 2016. A role that I guess she still is doing. Also in 2016, she was cast as the voice of Misaki. Also served as voice director for March Comes in Like a Lion. Then, starting in 2017, she once again reprised her role as Bulma in Dragon Ball Super. This time for the Bang Zoom dub for Toonami Asia, reprising her earlier role from the Harmony Gold dub as Bulma. She reprised it for the Bang Zoom dub of Toonami Asia. She was also in 2017 cast as the voice of Luca for the 2016 dub of Berserk, not to be confused with the 1997 dub. The 97 dub was dubbed in New York. This series was dubbed out here in LA by Bang Zoom. And then, of course, she reprised her role as Moegi in Boruto Naruto Next Generation. Now, aside from her, of course, anime work, she's also had she's done some cartoon work as well, including Bruna, Wisdom of the Gnomes from 1989 to 90. She was Kiva Andrew in Megas XLR from 2004 to 2005. She was actually cast as Wonder Woman in the Superman Red Sun motion comic in 2009. 2015, she was cast in the Netflix series Ever After High as Lizzie Hartz in the episode Spring Unsprung. And then apparently, for those of you, I doubt if anybody like this one, but she was apparently in High Guardian Spice too. And then among her film credits include the young TK in Digimon the movie. She was the lead character, I believe, in Sakura Shinguji in Sakura Wars the movie in 2001. 2000, she was in Digimon's Young TK. And then in 2000, she was cast as young TK in Digimon the movie. 2001, she was cast as Sakura Shinguji in Sakura Wars movie. In 2009, she was cast as Alice in Twice as Dead. And in 2011, she reprised her role as Haruhi Suzumiya in the anime movie The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. She served as voice director in the limited theatrical release of The Laws of the Universe Part Zero in 2015. And then she was cast as a voice as Sylvia Knox Florette in the limited theatrical release of Kirig's Suglave Final Fantasy 15. And then she's had, of course, a number of direct to video. Many of these are reprising roles that you already know. Basically, she's had quite a long and illustrious career. So she was also cast as as Scorpina under the name Wendee Swan in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. She was the voice of Scorpina, voice of Alpha 6 in Power Rangers in Space, well as Alpha in Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. So she's been in a number of video games. She's been all over the place. Of course, basically her big video game role was as Black Rose. She was the voice of Jewel Viki and Suicon. Just quite a bit of work she's done. So, across many different genres. I know this video is very long. Just a lot of stuff to go through. If I thought it was going to take this long, I would have probably just gave the list of um of her roles, not tried to. But I don't think that would have cut it down that much, anyways. So so I hope you guys will have a chance. If I'm sure many of you out there have heard Wendee's work and are well aware of much of her work. As I said, this is called Voices Big and Small. So sometimes we will throw in more of a well-known voice actor. Just, in this case, I wanted to throw in Wendee because I noticed she doesn't seem to get out to cons as much. Now, guys, always remember, there's a particular voice actor or actress you guys want to see, that you really want to meet. The best way to do it is to contact your local cons and ask them in a very polite and respectful manner to invite those voice actors as guests to their cons. Just write and say, hey, look, I want to meet this particular voice actor actress. Email them, contact your local cons, or when you go to your local cons, let the people know, hey, I want to see this person or that person there. Let them know. Contact them, email them, talk to them, face to face, whatever you can do to let them know that you want to see a particular voice actor or actress. And with that, also, if you guys want to check the link below, my Twitter handle will be down there. If you want to contact me directly, you can always DM me, or you can comment on my tweets or my videos. I always look forward to the conversation with you guys. Also, as you know, I'm promoting a bunch of different dub companies because, as I said earlier, Funimation right now may be the biggest dubbing company, but it's not the only one out there. There are other dubbing companies and other voice actors and actresses you guys can support. Today I wanted to spotlight Wendee Lee. Also, so you guys want to check out other dub companies and see what projects they've done and check out their work. You can do that too. Wendee Lee, as I said, is primarily known for her work out here in LA. So she's on a lot of stuff from Viz and Bang Zoom, and if you go back further in time, Streamline and Pioneer and Genion and all that. Um, and Also, as you guys know, I'm promoting a couple of GoFundMe's, Vic's GoFundMe as well as your He's Family GoFundMe. As always, guys, don't ever feel like you have to. Don't ever feel pressure to donate. Sure, they appreciate your help if you have your if you are able to. If you're not, there's other ways you can help them out. If you There's always never feel pressure to donate. If you have the ability to and it's on your heart to do so, then please consider donating. If you've already donated, then please consider donating again. And if you because remember, particularly in Vic's case, he is appealing his decision, so he's still going to need help there, you know, especially as the legal bills mount up, you know. Now, from what we've all been told, basically all the GoFundMe money is going towards his um his legal expenses. So he may have to pay out of his own pocket for, if the appeals fail, um, the fees and sanctions. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. I hope that the appeals court will see the wisdom of his argument and will move the case forward. So if you have the ability to donate and it's on your heart to do so, please consider doing so. If you've already donated, please consider donating again. And if you cannot donate, if you're not able to because you don't have the means to, you can still help out the cause by sharing the links. You never know. Maybe sharing is caring after all. And you never know because um, maybe there's somebody in your circle of friends who may be able to help. They may look at it and say, hey, you know something? He is getting a bad rap here. I want to help out too. Spreading the word also helps the cause, guys. And with that, if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Please consider liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing as and hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified. I always look forward to the back and forth with you. And this will premiere on Friday, so I will see you then. I will also see you on Monday. Bye.